Please welcome back to the stage Atlantic Council International Advisory Board member and Global Citizen Award Dinner co-chair, Victor Chu.
Dear friends, the final awardee this evening has been called China's Herbert von Karajan. He has also been compared by the Financial Times of London as equivalent, the modern equivalent of Thomas Beecham. Yu Long is the artistic director of the China Philharmonic, as well as the Beijing Music Festival, both of which he was instrumental in founding. In fact, I can even say that it was Yu Long's initiative that brought classical music, Western classical music, back into China after Deng Xiaoping initiated the open-door policies in the late 70s and the early 80s. Today, he is not only working for China Philharmonic, but he's also the music director of Shanghai Symphony Orchestra, one of the oldest in Asia, as well as Guangzhou Symphony Orchestra. On top of that, he will serve as the principal guest conductor of the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra in the 2015-16 season. Tonight, we honor Yu Long not just because of his wonderful talent in music, but also because his passion in bringing music to the new generation, using his organization ability and his network to bring music as a bridge across different cultures and therefore promote harmony. Yu Long has once said, music is something you cannot see, you cannot touch. It comes from creativity. And we have to show the younger generation that music is not just about giving a concert or having a career. It is about freeing the imagination. Superb. Yu Long has been building bridges with the next generation. He will probably tell you more about this in his address. He has brought the China Philharmonic to New York and to the Vatican to become the first Chinese orchestra to perform for the Pope. One of his most recent tours has been along the Silk Road, the old Silk Road, and he has also recently taken his orchestra to Iran for a month. And not only that, their first concert in Iran was to play from the New World, which is so familiar to us in America. He has described his mission as creating a cultural bridge that stretches across the region and indeed across the world, that will bring people closer together at a level that can inspire them to make this world truly harmonious. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President said earlier that between the music maker and a peacemaker, he will choose the music maker. But in Yu Long, we have both. Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in welcoming Yu Long?
Thank you, Victor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here. And I'm extremely honored to be here with the other honorees tonight. I must special thank Dr. Kissinger here tonight because I grew up in China in the 1970s. The opportunities and I had in my early life were all thanks to changes that he helps bring about major shifts in China that start with ping-pong diplomacy. But I can only talk about the cultural diplomacy here. I still remember I brought the China Philharmonic Orchestra to the Vatican 7 years ago, using music to connect my country with Pope Benedict XVI. I have been fortunate to have a choice music as my profession, and especially being a conductor. Last month, I brought the China Philharmonic Orchestra to Tehran. Walking around Tehran, I was amazed at the city. In the concert hall, I saw young and old faces, people who appreciated Western classical music, an art form that transcends political boundaries. The program was Dvorak's Symphony from the New World, a symphony that connects the spiritually to New York. In the audience were many enthusiastic young faces when the spiritual Going Home was played in the second movement. I could hear a pin drop. The audience was totally captivated, and at the end, we received 7 times standing ovation. To make the Tehran trip, I borrowed something from my friends right here in the city, the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, which commissioned Dvorak's From New World Symphony back in 1893. Lent me the original orchestra parts. These precious historic materials went from New York via China to Tehran, and a few days ago, I returned them to its home, the New York Philharmonic Orchestra. Today in China, we try to change the way of thinking about music and music education. To me, what is the key to classical music and the arts is how we nurture the younger generation. What I mean is not classical music superstars pushed by tiger parents. It could be any instrument player in the back row of the student orchestra or the young person attending his first concert. Music education should be an all-round effort because the love of music can be translated as a love of humanity. This should be the real value of music and music education. Thank you very much. Now, may I introduce you a wonderful young pianist, Johnson Lee from Hong Kong, who is at the beginning of his discovery of the world through music. He will start with Holotin's Carhartt flute. It's the winner of the first ever Chinese composition competition in 1934. Founded by Russian composer Alexander Charpinin, Johnson will follow with Chopin's mean it worse. Thank you.
What a remarkable way to end a very inspiring evening. Thank you to Johnson Leaf. Thank you to Yu Long for discovering him. Thank you to our other awardees. Please come back next year. And thank you all for coming tonight. Good night. See you next year.